similar qualities like the rest of humanity. But what makes us so important? What makes us that important, as my brother mentioned from the Holy Prophet, that she has 3 times greater rights on the child than the father? What has given her that right? When we examine this, we begin to understand the objective of our existence. So people ask the question, what is the purpose in my life? What am I here to achieve? It is really to achieve these qualities that the human race in general acknowledges. For this issue of motherhood is not limited to the Muslim population. It's a universal principle. That if the entire group was non-Muslim, they would have given their approval to that poetry, because motherhood is a universal principle of goodness. وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ حَمَلَتْهُ أُمُّهُ وَحْنًا عَلَى وَحْنٍ وَفِصَالُهُ فِي عَامَيْنِ أَنِ اشْكُرْ لِي وَلِوَالِدَيْكَ. We have enjoined goodness upon mankind, and the mother struggles pain upon pain for 2 years. So thank me and thank them. Look how Allah tells me that. So what is it that gives them quality? But one of those fundamental qualities, you will see, all these actions, you will see, that we are deriving towards are invisible, as one would say, you cannot see it. They are indirect derivations. For example, love. When we talk about physical, empirical discussion, people challenge the existence of Allah on the basis that they cannot see Him. But Allah says to us, He is too great to show Himself. A human being cannot even see the sun with his bare eyes. Imagine. And of course the absurdity of containing Allah is absurd. But nonetheless, it is their right to ask. Humans, at the end of the day, are ignorant beings, and they're always progressing towards knowledge. So they're asking. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing us that the highest dimension of life is to see things behind the curtain. For me to be able to predict what will happen tomorrow, if I can predict movements of life on the basis of knowledge today, then I am a wiser person than the person who wants to see things instantly. So the ability to see the hidden requires the material, but to take it to a further dimension. So subhanAllah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants me to see certain things that cannot be seen. But actually those are the most important things that we can work for. For example, when we love someone, we sacrifice ourselves. By the way, love and sacrifice are 2 inseparable words. You can never love without sacrifice. And true sacrifice cannot happen unless you love. It's impossible to separate this. Impossible. Try it. It will never work. So giving, meaning to give, to sacrifice something, is critical in the dimension of love. But you notice, even these 2 elements cannot be seen directly. Love can never be seen directly. It is always seen indirectly. But it comes through a price that we pay that possesses the quality that takes us there. Thus, a mother's value is because she sacrificed, she struggled, she went through pain upon pain. وَحْنًا عَلَى وَحْنٍ وَفِصَالُهُ فِي عَامَيْنِ. She struggled for 2 years, pain upon pain, weaning the child, carrying the child, and then feeding the child. Well, those are material qualities that lead to a higher existence, hence Allah has elevated them.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajah.
SubhanAllah, look at the universality of these messages. That they are not dependent on a particular persuasion of a religious thought. It's a human nature. That when a human being sacrifices, when a human being struggles positively in a good cause, that individual by nature gets elevated because that person is given something of themselves. And it has nothing to do with me believing in Allah. Imagine, even non-believers will admit that when a person struggles hard and goes to work during the day and earns his hard-earned money, he is a worthy person. That worthiness and qualities that we ascribe to people's behaviors are not visible. They are metaphysical. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to understand, and this is what we need to articulate to our children, that the ultimate goal of our existence is to elevate ourselves at this level, to be able to achieve a metaphysical existence, that all our material pursuits are driven in that direction. But we know that the value is not in the material, but what the material gives off as a result of what we've done with it. It's like a tool. A tool is useless unless you know what to do with it. And once you do it properly, it starts giving results. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing us very fundamental in the surah where it says, لَن تَنَالُوا الْبِرَّ حَتَّى تنفقوا مما تحبون. You will not achieve righteousness until you give with that which you love most. حتى تنفقوا مما تحبون, meaning that which you love, you must give. Now people ask, why is Allah asking me to do this? Allah doesn't need this wealth. Allah doesn't need the material. Why is He asking me to give it up? He owns the universe. له ملك السماوات والأرض. It is His. Why is He asking me to give? It is not the question of Him taking anything, for everything belongs to Him. That's not the issue. The issue is in the transaction, that when you release it, fi sabilillah, now Allah says, that is proof this person loves me. That is proof this person is submitted. The same with Salah. People ask, why should I be praying? What's the benefit of Salah? The benefit is entirely for me and my society. It has nothing to do with Allah. My Salah does nothing to Allah. Nothing. Allah is independent. If a human being prays or doesn't pray, it does nothing to Allah. Okay, Allah is saying to me, it is for you. It keeps you, إِنَّ الصَّلَاةَ تَنْهَى عَنِ الْفَحْشَاءِ وَالْمُنكَرِ. It keeps you away from wrongdoing and evil. It is for you. Now when you do it, not only does it keep you away from wrongdoing and evil, but it is evidential that you took the time to do the ablution and to face the direction and to observe the law and to submit and to put your head on the ground. Well, if that is not valued as something, then what is life all about?
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Imagine the mother is given that high status because she sacrificed. Now, parallel to this sacrifice is pain. We ask the question many times, our loving God and merciful God created pain. Why did He create pain? He's so loving. We don't like pain. Pain is a bad thing. Why did Allah create pain? He should have made everything joyous and non-painy. But you notice human beings are the kind of beings that are very, very ironic and peculiar beings. We all are. We're most ungrateful. قَلِيلًا مَا تَشْكُرُونَ Allah. How little you are grateful. So the mercy of Allah is the fact that pain exists. For it keeps us in track. But if there was none, we would have lost our senses. Because it is through pain we realize value. You see, for example, don't we admire people who fight for justice in the world? We admire that. Don't we admire people who make the world a safer place? We do. But guess what? Those at the forefront are the ones who receive the pain first. Either their children were killed or something wrong happened to them. Then they woke up and they made it their lifelong goal to prevent others from going through there. So now we look at them as leaders, but guess what? It took some pain to put them at the forefront. Is that not mercy? Now you might say, what is the pain? If the objective for pain is to take you to a higher existence, then indeed let it come.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
On the same sentence, what is most fascinating is that the lovers of Ahl al-Bayt, the followers of Ahl al-Bayt, have this principle in its fullest spectrum. All religions have some of it, but no one's got the full spectrum except the followers of Ahl al-Bayt. For each one of them, all prophets and all ai*imah follow through this principle. That they sacrificed their lives, they went through pain to maintain quality of life, and they have left us with something we can never let go. The Shahada of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, for example, in Karbala, is a classic example of an individual who built a media system that no CNN, Fox, and any other media put together can challenge. What is this? This is the wisdom, the hikmah of Ahl al-Bayt. That they have given us something as a lesson to say, follow our pathway. And when you look at us with love, for we have given ourselves to Allah. وَإِنَّ صَلَاتِي وَنُسُكِي وَمَحْيَايَ وَمَمَاتِي لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. We have given it, our prayer, our sacrifice, everything is for Allah. What does it mean? Allah doesn't need it. Allah says, yeah, but you need it. You need progression. And my way is this way. Why? Because if you examine when a human being is willing to give something, that's a high dimension. Imagine somebody coming to give you a gift with no strings attached. No strings attached. He donates something, let's say, to this project. He says, no strings attached. I don't want my name anywhere. I don't want to take leadership. I just want to please my Lord. But why? Why is it? You want paradise? He said, no. Because I can never pay back Allah. He has given me so much that no matter what I give, I can never pay him back. So let me at least try. What an existence. It is not much that we find such kind of people. Usually we always have something. What's in it for me? When am I going to get back? Now humans like